The cost of staying stuck. I want you to imagine this. It's the week of Christmas, your family is gathered, kids are home from school, there are parties and dinners and all the things you want to be fully present for, but instead of enjoying it, you're sneaking off to your office to put out fires. You're mentally distracted, replaying conversations with your team in your head. You're trying to enjoy time with your family, but you feel like the weight of the business has chained you. That's the cost of not building systems. It robs you of the very freedom you started your business for. And over time, it's not just your family or your rest that takes the hit, it's your growth. Because when you're in the weeds, you're not thinking about where the business is headed. You're just surviving day to day. But here's the good news. You don't have to keep living like that. And if you start now, you have enough time to make real changes before December. Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Blueprint. I'm Courtney Cook, founder of Monarch COO, where I help mission-driven entrepreneurs grow their businesses. Each week, I sit down with inspiring entrepreneurs to explore the stories behind their successes and challenges. Whether you're just dreaming of starting a business or already building one, this podcast is here to show you that entrepreneurship is more attainable than it might seem, with insights for every stage of the journey. Let's dive in to today's conversation and see what it takes to build a business. Welcome back to the Entrepreneur's Blueprint. I'm your host, Courtney Cook. Today, we're talking about something that might feel way too familiar: running a business that's completely dependent on you. I'm calling this episode The Founder Who Couldn't Take a Vacation, because for so many business owners, stepping away, even for a day or two, feels impossible. And here's why I want to tackle this right now. The holiday season is coming. If you don't want to spend Christmas sneaking looks at your inbox or worrying about whether the business will collapse without you, this is the time to make changes. We're going to walk through the common traps founders fall into and what you can do to loosen your grip without losing control, and how to set yourself up for a holiday season that's actually restful. So grab a notebook, because this one is part mind shift. Blah, blah, blah. So grab a notebook, because this one is part mindset shift, part tactical strategy. And I want you to walk away with clear next steps you can put into place before December. So part one, what it feels like to be trapped in your business. If you've ever felt like you couldn't leave your desk, you know how heavy it is. You're the one approving invoices, editing social media captions, stepping in to fix customer issues, and giving the final yes or no on anything new. Your team, or maybe it's just contractors, doesn't move forward unless you say so. And it's not just about workload, it's about the mental weight. You can't relax because you're constantly waiting for the next Slack message, the next email, the next thing that needs your attention. You might even carry your laptop on family trips because you're afraid of what will happen if you're not available. The truth is, you've become the safety net for everything. But when you're the safety net, you're also the ceiling. The business can't grow beyond your capacity. And more importantly, you can't rest. So, how do you go from that place where every road leads back to you to a place where you can confidently step away, knowing the business will keep running? Let's talk about what needs to shift. The cost of staying stuck. I want you to imagine this. It's the week of Christmas, your family is gathered, kids are home from school, there are parties and dinners and all the things you want to be fully present for. But instead of enjoying it, you're sneaking off to your office to put out fires. You're mentally distracted, replaying conversations with your team in your head. You're trying to enjoy time with your family, but you feel like the weight of the business has chained you. That's the cost of not building systems. It robs you of the very freedom you started your business for. And over time, it's not just your family or your rest that takes the hit, it's your growth. Because when you're in the weeds, you're not thinking about where the business is headed. You're just surviving day to day. But here's the good news. You don't have to keep living like that. And if you start now, you have enough time to make real changes before December. So here's the steps that create freedom. Let's get practical. What are the actual steps that make it possible for a founder to unplug? Step one, document the repetitive work. If something crosses your desk more than once, it probably doesn't need to stay on your desk. Start writing down how you do it. That might be a checklist for approving invoices, a script for handling customer complaints, or a template for weekly reporting. Think about it this way. Every time you document, you're removing one more excuse for why someone else can't take it on. Step 2, create clear guardrails for decision making. A big reason founders get pulled into everything is because the team doesn't know the boundaries. They don't know what's safe to decide on their own. That's where guidelines come in. For example, if an order is under $100, comp it without asking me. If it's over $100, escalate it. Now, instead of 20 interruptions a week, you've just cut it down to maybe 2. Step 3, build a weekly scorecard. This one's a game changer. Pick 5 to 7 numbers that tell you whether the business is healthy. Things like revenue, conversion rate, average order value, number of orders, or email performance. If you can see those numbers at a glance every week, you don't have to be in the weeds to know what's happening. And here's the bonus. When your team reports those numbers, they start to own them. Suddenly, it's not just you carrying the weight, it's shared accountability. Step 4, delegate ownership, not just tasks. Handing off tasks still leaves you in charge. Handing off ownership changes the game. When you make someone responsible for a result, not just a to-do list, you free up your time and give them a chance to step into leadership. That's when your business starts to function like a team, not just a group of helpers waiting for direction. Step 5, test it in small ways. Don't wait until Christmas to see if your systems work. Start testing now. Take Friday off. Take a long weekend. Don't check in. Then review what worked and what didn't. Each test builds confidence for you and your team that the business can keep running without you. So you might be thinking, okay, Courtney, this all sounds good, but where do I even start? The key is to zoom in on what will matter most by the end of the year. So part 4, we're going to talk about getting ahead before the holidays. So here's how I'd map this out. September and October, audit where you're the bottleneck. Start documenting and putting those decision guidelines in place. In November, put the scorecard into practice and start delegating ownership. Test with small breaks, long weekends, days off. In December, fine-tune. Work out the kinks while the stakes are low. By Christmas, you'll have the systems in place and the confidence to actually unplug. If you follow that rhythm, you'll walk into Christmas not just hoping things won't fall apart, but knowing your business can hold steady without you. So part 5, the vision for your holiday season. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up Christmas morning and not be tethered by your inbox, to actually close the laptop for a week, to be fully present with the people you love, and to come back refreshed instead of drained. That's the payoff of building a business that isn't dependent on you for every decision. And it doesn't just make the holidays better, it makes your whole year better. Let me leave you with 3 questions to reflect on this week. Number 1, where am I the bottleneck in my business? Number 2, what's one decision guideline I can put in place this week so my team doesn't need me? Number 3, when is the next break I can test? Maybe a day or a weekend to start practicing unplugging. Answering those questions and taking small steps now will set you up for a completely different experience this December. You didn't build your business to become its prisoner. You built it for freedom, for flexibility, for impact. And that freedom starts with designing systems that allow you to step away. If today's episode gave you some clarity, I'd love for you to leave a review and share what you're putting into place before the holidays. And if you're ready for more hands-on help building these systems, that's exactly what I do with my engagements with clients, helping founders put structure around their business so they can take real time off while still growing. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and keep going. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Entrepreneur's Blueprint. I hope you found inspiration and insights to fuel your entrepreneurial journey. If you're looking for support in building or scaling your business profitably, visit my website or send me an email to learn more about how I help mission-driven businesses become more profitable, proactive, and efficient. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really helps other entrepreneurs discover the show, and it would mean so much to me as well. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and keep going.